Did you see that? That's amazing what he's doing with discarded paint and old paint cans and lids and turning it into art. I've never seen so much junk in my life. I probably never will. I take that back. What is happening here? Come on, we need to investigate. This here is the blacksmith and welding business of our local blacksmith and welder, John Smith. And John knows that we do not allow the businesses to put clutter in front of their business. So let's go inside and see what's going on. Hey, John? John? Oh, somebody out back here. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, I'm looking for John Smith.
John Smith doesn't own this place anymore.
Oh, and you are?
I'm Norman Tinker.
Hello, Mr. Tinker. It's a
And
pleasure to meet you. I'm Sheriff Stephen J.
Okay.
I didn't get any paint on you there.
No.
All right.
A
So,
little dirt never hurt me anyway.
So, do you own this place now?
Yes, I do.
Well, that's very interesting, Mr. Tinker. You know, there's a history of that name, last name Tinker, and this is a welding shop. And the history is, it goes all the way back to the 1200s, that the Tinkers were peddlers. And they would walk through the streets with their pots and pans and they'd tink on them, and they called them Tinkers. And people would know they're in town, and they'd come out and they'd buy their wares. And they sold other things as well. But they also mended pots and pans, henceforth welding. And here you are, Norman Tinker, and it looks like you're welding since you did buy a welding shop.
Boy, you got the whole history down.
I got it down.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I know all about the Tinkers. And Norman Tinker, I like that.
That's my name.
And I can see it's kind of interesting because it looks like you've been tinkering around and welding stuff as well.
A lot of people think that I just tinker.
What is all this stuff?
Well, this is sculpture. This is sculpture made from found metal.
So you just find the stuff or get the stuff?
I find it at dumps. People bring me cast off stuff that they're throwing away and ask me if I can use it. And if I can use it, I do.
So it's all junk that you're making sculptures out of, unique looking sculptures, I might add. And what's this one in front? It's in a row. A bunch of them are like in a row.
Those are pieces that represent the Tinkerville trolley.
Really?
Yeah.
So where'd you get that idea for the Tinkerville trolley?
That came from when I was a little boy, and I used to look at the newspaper comic strips, and there was one in there that had this trolley called the Tunerville trolley.
Wow.
And all the characters in the comic strip would ride on this trolley. And I don't remember the characters, but I remember the trolley. And so I started making these pieces with wheels on, and they made me think of the Tunerville trolley. So I put them in a row and said, okay, this is the Tinkerville trolley.
After you make these sculptures, so you're getting scrap metal, basically junk, and you're just welding it all together, using your imagination to make some type of a sculpture, what do you do with it when you're done?
Well, sometimes I show it in galleries.
Really?
Not often, but I have had some shows. And the rest of the time it sits here for people's enjoyment and for my enjoyment.
You're selling these, I assume? You are in business?
Occasionally.
Well, you know, I was walking by, I've never seen this stuff in front before. I'm like, where did that come from? And usually we don't have things in front of the shop, you know, but since they are your wares and you're displaying them, that's fine. Are there any favorites that you haven't sold that you have here?
I have different favorites at different times.
Are there any
And
right now?
There are some that stay my favorites all the time.
So I notice you have some interesting pieces over here. Can we go take a look at them?
Certainly.
All right, after you.
Okay.
Hey, watch your step on that.
Yeah.
You should use that on a piece.
I will.
So is this one of your favorites here?
Yes, it is.
What do you call it?
I call it Seated Lady.
Seated lady. Okay. Why do you call it that?
It makes me think of a seated figure.
A seated figure. All right, well, that makes sense. So, nice. Well, do you have anything else? That's a favorite
Sure.
out here. I have time for one more.
Okay, well, let me show you something over here.
All right. Ah, all right, so what do you call this piece?
It's a robot.
Robot. Very unique. I got a shovel here. I guess that's a hand.
Yeah.
Oh, got a little color down here too, I see.
Well, that's an appendage that I thought would work, and I stuck it on there this morning.
Added that just this morning. It looks
Just
kind
this
of,
morning.
you know, it looks kind of familiar to me.
Well, I
I can't quite place it.
I'm so happy to see you, Sheriff. I was walking on over to your house, and this man picked me up and put me on this thing. Oh, and now I can't get off it. Could you help me out here? I'm stuck.
All these sculptures, how long have you been doing this?
About 18 years.
And did you just start picking it up, or I know you've been a welder. I mean, did you go to school? Do you have any? Tell me a little bit about
Well,
yourself.
I was in the woods and I discovered a mangled old gasoline tank from a pickup truck or something. And I picked that up and threw it in my car and I brought it home. But on the way home, I saw a garage that had burned down and there was a whole bunch of overhead door track that had gotten all twisted and burned. And I threw that in the car and I brought that home. And I started playing with it and found that it went together in a beautiful way that suggested a running figure. And I made that and found that was what I really wanted to do. I was an artist when I was in grade school and high school, and then I went to art school. I got a master's degree in sculpture. I started welding when I was an art student. I taught sculpture and drawing for a long time. And then I got out of teaching and went into business as a welder and ornamental iron worker. So after I retired from my welding and ornamental ironworking business, I started making these.
So after you retired, you started sculpting all this, or welding all this together, and creating this out of discarded metal, junk stuff people have got rid of, and you basically repurposed that junk to make this sculpture. Very interesting. Very interesting. And it's a great meeting. You're the second person that's artistically inclined that I've met today. Oh, I'm Sheriff Stephen J. I don't even know if I introduced myself. I'm the sheriff of the town. I'd like to welcome you to the community of the Children's Corner.
Why, thank you.
It's been my pleasure. I got to finish my round.
My pleasure, too.
Perhaps I'll see you sometime in the future walking around here. All right?
Good.
Take care. I'm going to look around and see some more of your stuff.
Okay.
Take care now.
Sheriff, where you going, Sheriff? I'm over here. Hello, I'm over here. Where? Oh, get back. Oh, help. Oh. Nobody helps me. I'm so hungry.